Okay, this one's a Sega Genesis board, so I'm just going to take the chips off it. And this was the Sony from yesterday. Comparing the chips, Sony's got a lot more chips on there. So let's see what I can. There's MLCCs and different things on here. I'll see if I can get some bigger ones. Get some tantalums here. Like tantalums here, a couple, not a lot. But pull this board apart. These are the chips I have so far. I'm waiting to have a full container before I end up start processing. These are my BGAs. All off cable boxes, mainly in TVs and different things. I don't know why this plug has maybe out. One more screw here. Over there. It's aluminum. It's maybe steel. It's not that light, it's pretty heavy. Okay, so you just take a flat screwdriver and I just score one corner, two corners actually, and I just pry it up like that. There it is. As long as I have two corners, then it's easy. This comes right out. Same with flat ICs, I just take just one half of it, just go right along the edge. Here it is. There's not a lot on this one. Some are a lot better than others, but hopefully these chips got gold bonding wire. It's hard to say. Just never could tell. And here's your crystal oscillator here. You use just a pair of pliers like that. This one's got a round half circle type thing, or like an L almost. Works pretty good. I like this. Tool's pretty handy. Some gold plating here where the card goes in there for the game card. There's MLCCs, but they're very tiny, so I don't see a great deal of they're just too small. They just break. Really not worth saving. Something here, I don't know what that is. So not a lot on that one. Here's the Sony. So you go pretty quick. You can twist it, or you can just do a little turn on it, whatever. I'll do a couple twists and then I'll turn it. Softens the legs up. depopulate this pretty quick. Just the stuff you really want. I mean, there's other stuff here, but I'll just take the stuff that I want. And some chips may not even have any gold, so you just don't, it's kind of hit and miss, you don't really know. And there's very tiny ones here too, but a couple chips here. But they got nice big chips, easy to come off, so it's kind of good. And then the MLCCs, there's quite a few here, but just so small. And some don't come off too easy, so you have to, like, you know, I just usually just pry them, right? But, you know, screwdriver next to it and I turn it. Like I say, it takes a long time to add up. But the biggest thing is going for the IC chips. And some things you have to get a magnifying glass to see exactly what it is. Because some things actually aren't what you're looking for. They look like they are, but like these ones here, LCCs, but they disintegrate actually. Or you can put it all like a sand bath, right? Where you put it in, you get a tray with sand. You can put it on a barbecue with a tray with sand. Put it on there, and then heat up, and the material you can just kind of almost just scrape it off. That's a way of doing it too. But mostly small materials are just like smaller than a grain of rice, like quarter the size. So in actual fact, it's not really much there, to be honest. If you're grinding this up and processing the whole board, then okay, chemicals will, you know, will separate the different metals and so on. But if you start plucking them off like this, it be just, you're kind of wasting most of your time, to be honest, unless they're big. Like I have MLCCs like here. Look at this. These some are quite big. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Right, but that takes a look. Takes forever to get those off. Here's some gold oscillators here. Another one here. A little bit of gold plating on here. And another one here. So that's all I'm processing for the chips so far on these. That's all I really kind of want off there. And these copper here. Take these plates off here. And 2 pieces of copper, see that? So I'll put the oscillators in a separate container. And then all this gold plated stuff needs to be processed too. Aluminum heatsink right here, with a transistor on there. Let's see. So like right here, you got a piece of aluminum. And it's actually just sitting there. Sometimes transistor has a screw in it. This one didn't have it. Piece of aluminum. So basically that's all I'm taking off these boards for now. Besides gold plating, maybe later. It's not that easy to come off. You're probably better to heat these It's just really tough. It's almost out. So this one you could I'm sure you could probably just pop them off somehow. But anyways, I'll leave them together for now. But you just get side cutters and just kind of disassemble it a bit. And then, you know, when the majority of the things are exposed, you can put in acid to get rid of the plating on it. But anyways, that's it. I want to show you this. Just two boards I easily plucked away, but see, that's what I have so far. It takes a lot. Actually, it doesn't go in there. It takes a lot of material in here to, you know, there's a lot of chips and different things in here. But you know, a pound takes a lot to make a pound, and they're only paying $4.50 a pound American, which I think the chips are worth more. But if I put all the best chips in there, it's definitely worth more. But if I put random chips in there, then maybe $4.50 is okay. I don't know if that's a gold corner. So, okay, these are all gold corners. Gold corner chips, VGAs, Broadcoms, and most of them are like, say, from cable boxes. Lots of Broadcoms, Epsons. Like I said, this one here I put in here because it wasn't a gold corner chip, that's why. Just a BGA. Okay, let's sit on this one here. So this is done exactly what I want to do. I don't want to build these boards up as much. I want to get rid of them as fast as possible. See, these boards still have copper. There's still copper in here, right? And there's still precious metals, but most of the stuff I won't be able to recover myself. Just don't have the means or knowledge to do it. But, you know, the bigger companies, what they do is they'll grind everything up completely to a powder. And they'll extract minerals, metals, and stuff with acid. And then they'll precipitate it with different chemicals. Gold will be precipitated with one chemical, and so on and so on. And whatever, silver, platinum, palladium. I'm not sure about tantalum, how they would do that. You know, do they have to pluck it off by hand, or... Like, for instance, this is my tantalums here. I got tantalums that are yellow, and I have the black ones that are separate, black tantalums. I'm not really sure how that gets processed. But I imagine it's chemical theory. Everything's done through chemicals, right? It's a matter of, mixtures of chemicals. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of wire stripping. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of video. And I'm going to go in my yard. I need to make a propane valve release, a tool first. I want to do some cutting while the weather right now, it's raining outside. I don't have to worry about any fire or nothing, so I can freely cut steel in my yard. I'm just worried, it's been so dry lately, I'm just worried about, you know, I don't want a fire hazard, so when I don't even open sparks laying around my yard, so I figure what I'll do is do some cutting today, try to process some things. Hopefully I can make a tool that works. If it works good, then I might end up doing is cleaning, say, 10 tanks, for instance, and take them scrapyard away, because I don't like tanks. Once you take the valve off, they stink really bad. You'll smell propane for blocks. So that's, I don't want to take all the valves off and leave them in the yard because it just stinks too much. So ideally, if I take the valves off, I like to take the scrapyard away just to get rid of them. Okay, stay tuned. Stripped a bunch of wire, but it's real pain. It's frays really easy. To be honest, it's like a nightmare. It just falls apart, hard to strip. But anyways, it's very slippery. Like, it's like oily. Everything seems oily. My gloves are just like, you know, this wire was in that you know, dryer cords or stove cords. Anyways, I took the outer insulation off by hand, I figure I can strip these. I mean, I can strip them, but it's just, I'll show you the video. It's just like it just disintegrates. I don't know why it's doing that. Even some of it sticks to the plastic even, but anyways, let's continue here. See the wires just kind of fray and stick to the plastic. And some of the wires like almost like black inside. How it's fraying apart? It's really sharp. It's like slivers. I don't know why it's doing that. See, like it's stuck to the insulation or something. This is weird stuff here. Some of it's just a total crap. See how it's just sticking right to the insulation? I understand why it's doing that. Well, they say it's really crappy wire anyways, the scrapyard said. It's really crappy. And they're having the same issue stripping it. But this some wire strips good. And some of it's just like total crap. But you know, you remember I'm getting wash machines. They're all different types I'm getting. I'm not just getting one brand. I mean, so, but obviously, like, why is it fraying like that? Like I'm losing wire, you know, inside the plastic here almost. See that? And it's so sharp it pricks your hand once in a while. So you gotta be careful. Sharp. And these gloves like are okay, but. Like I can't get it all. I'm losing a little bit of wire here and there, but too much of a waste of time, basically. Okay. like it's just total, like feels like it's just all grease in my hands here. Doesn't want to strip this stuff. You see I had problems feeding a couple wires through, I don't know why. It's just like everything's just so slippery. I don't understand why it's doing this. See this? It's just the wire, quality wire or something. Almost like it seems like it's not, it's like millions of braids of wire that are not solid braids. Something weird about this wire. See, there's my machine's not, it's not cutting this stuff. It's just like it's poor quality wire. It's braided. It's like braided type of wire or something. Not like not continuous strands or something, because there's no way my machine's tearing this apart like this. It's impossible. It's a million pieces here. Look at this. Just sticking to the insulation. Garbage. Waste of time. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more here. See if I get some better wire over there. Okay, stand by. Okay, I stripped all that wire from yesterday. It's all stripped. It's just a really shitty wire, to be honest, but some of it just doesn't want to strip. Some not bad, but some of it's not really good at all. But I managed to strip it, so that was good. I'm just going to go through some of this other wire here. See if I can get. And there was even some aluminum wire that I didn't even know about was mixed in this batch here. So obviously there's different wires mixed in with these dryers and stoves and all that, because I'll tell you, some of the wire is just this, it's just multiple strands of not solid strands. It's like they're separate strands for some reason. I don't know why. I guess that's how they make it up. They take little pieces, fuse it into plastic or something. A fair amount here, but this is all my wire basically, so I don't have a lot that I can find. So obviously there's different wires. I think some came from the stoves inside the back of the stove. That's why they're stripping a little bit nicer. Some are solid. But anyways, I'm going to sort this out here and cut a little more in a few minutes, okay? I need here with at least a quarter inch diameter. It's probably off a welding cable or something. Let me try this one and see how that works somewhere. Not that good. Kind of skipped a bunch of spots, like a spiral or something. Pretty heavy rubber too. Same wire, no good. Same wire. Doesn't want to come off. It doesn't want to come off the insulation for some reason. The same wire as the other ones. Quite a bit of pull there, you gotta be careful. Oh, it's jet perfect. It's different grades of wire, that's why. Okay, anyways, it's done. I'll tell you, I don't know, you've seen some wire strips nice and some of it doesn't strip, so I understand it, like some of this wire could have been overheated at one time. When you overheat wire, maybe it takes, you know, it burns the insulation into the metal. You know, like, because some strip like instantly without a doubt, right? And this one, for some reason, this type of wire doesn't want to strip. You know, and then some of the wire you've seen, it just totally falls apart in a million pieces. Even this wouldn't strip properly. I don't know why, but I'm just thinking, see, a lot of slivers on the ground here. But I mean, the machine does work. Even this one was just a pain. Probably have close to 8 pounds, I would think, at least. 8 pounds of a number 2. It's pretty heavy. Like, why would this wire do this? See this? I'm just thinking it's just really poor quality wire. It's not full strands. And some wire just comes out so perfect. So if you were going to be stripping wire, buying it to strip it, I would think you'd have to try some of the wire before you start buying the stuff, because you might have a problem stripping it on your machine, right? There's so much glue still stuck into the material here. I can't be bothered. There's too much waste there. Okay, so not bad. Nice little load, not too bad. Not too heavy, but not bad. Considering, like I say, I could have just sold it as is. Yeah, I'll probably keep stripping a little more, I guess, off camera. I wonder how this welding cable will do, but I don't have a proper a bolt cutter here. Okay, well, we'll see. It's just like I say, it's just do it on your spare time kind of stuff, right? I'll try this one again. I did one already, but for some reason it was just chewing it up. Maybe it went to the wrong hole, maybe, I don't know. Let me try it now. Let's try it again, this one. What happened was it was a cut in the rubber, so what it did is it derailed, and then I fed it backwards, so I actually clogged it up. So I'm gonna cut this off this side, but it did get a pretty good job at the start until I got into that cutting the wire. But it's pretty heavy, this stuff. That's all I'm gonna do for now. So anyways, like I said, it does work on some wires really good, and some wires it's a bit of a pain, but I guess over time you'll have practice, right? Okay. I'm gonna strip it like I watched Ian Matthews' video. Strip exactly how he does. Takes it apart. I tried one, it worked like flawless. But okay, I'll show you. Let me cut the windings around Okay. Cut. Okay, this is what he uses, a tool like this. I don't know what it's called, but what you do is you grip it on there real good, and you just bang it off basically. This one's a little bit harder, but look at this. No effort, just comes out like nothing. No effort. Totally no effort. Let's throw this over here for now. Let me try a round one now. Hard to cut this one. I think my saw is dying, that's why. Doesn't have the power. But harder copper, that's for sure. A little bit harder. I was wondering, I see guys prying him all the time. His method is like just came out instantly. So let me just put this on here. Uppercut. If you had a longer handle, it'd be probably a little nicer. A little bit harder, this one. This is probably because the metal is a little bit harder. Now this one's quite a bit harder. It's coming. That one's so much harder. It's coming, but a little bit harder. Funny how it's kind of disintegrating, but it's coming. A little different, huh? Could just be design or something. It's really tight in there. It's almost out. It's amazing how tough this one is, considering the other ones are so easy. It's just almost out. I can't believe how tough that one was. There. That was a workout, that one. Okay, another mortar here. Let's try this one. They all went super easy except that one. That was tough. Yeah, I got another battery that's... See, I haven't charged them, that's a problem. I did from yesterday. So I'm losing torque, but we'll get it. Another donut, copper donut. Yeah, it's some are quite easy, and some are look like some are hard. He did one that was it was actually a sealed unit. It was probably like full oil. Funny how first one I did came out instantly. All these other ones are being a pain. It's almost out. Still beats prying it out. It's pretty heavy, this copper. There it is. So that's it. Oh, I can't believe it got hot now. It was raining all day today. As soon as I get here, it was raining hard, and then now it's getting warm, sunny. Okay, so you saw it. I stripped all these really fast. Number 2 copper. Just it should have went faster, but you know, some are I guess a little tighter. All this copper. I don't know what if I have to trim them down a bit. I'm not sure what the scrapyard to do about these, but I might clean up a little bit with a cutter. All that copper. So I did four little mortars. That's it. Pretty quick. Okay. I cut 3 more mortars to see how they come off. There it is, part of it. Okay. That was quick. Another mortar. Another pretty quick one. I'm just gonna pull it out. Basically out anyways. Okay. Let's try this big one here now. So obviously some are a little harder than others, but you know, end result is, here it is. Thank you, Ian, for the good tips there. Ian Matthews there on YouTube. See, you learn through other people because you can't learn everything yourself, right? You can over time, but tricks of the trade. I mean, if this thing was a little longer, it'd be a little better. This one is kind of was like this long. Just feels, you know, kind of short. I don't know, but anyways, it works pretty good. And the stuff, it gets pretty heavy. It adds up. Okay, that's it on this demo. Okay, just made a propane valve release tool. So basically, you know, designed for this valve. Maybe it changes, I don't know, but anyways, bigger end on one side, a little smaller. It fits over like that. Problem is I had a bar in there holding, you know, trying to kind of hold it, but I'm gonna just have a vise in the bottom holding. I'll get maybe a 2x10 like this, maybe 4 feet long, and put a vise, really good vise, or maybe 2 vices, and then it takes a lot of force to open it, but it does open. I released the valve a little bit, did turn, so it's definitely gonna work. But since I was using this bar, had a jam between here, like between there and at the top bent. So ideally, it's gonna work, no problem. My first prototype was actually too thin. This is like fencing metal. It just bent. Can't use it. How you need a heavy gauge metal. That's actually like a tin. This is actual pipe. A thick diameter pipe. See there? So it does work really good actually. Just I have to be able to fasten the tank. I can maybe make a strap system, maybe, or like I say, put on a vise. I get a long 2x10, put it stationary somewhere, and I could maybe step on both ends as I'm turning. You know what I'm saying? I can put this in the middle. I can adjust it wherever I want to put it in the middle. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's quite a bit of torque on these to get these off. So end result is it's going to be done. So until I get a proper platform, I can't demonstrate taking it off properly, but like I said, maybe tomorrow I'll build something, but I need to get these tanks processed. I got just too many kicking around. They're all empty, but it's just sitting there. Price is going down, so I might as well cash them in. They've been sitting too long. And the problem is when I start taking the valves off, it really stinks. The metal, it goes into the pores of the metal, and that propane stink. You can smell it a block away. So ideally, I'd want to take a whole bunch of valves off and get rid of them right away. I almost thought maybe take them off completely and put a cork in there, just temporary, a small little cork, just so the smell doesn't come out. But or some guys would fill it with water. So here's my tool. Definitely works because I made it turn a quarter turn, and you have to go not clockwise, the opposite of clockwise this way. So it's like tightening a nut, same thread pattern, until you figure your orientation, how you're gonna unscrew it. Then sometimes you might be tightening it. So until you figure the way you lay it down, which way to turn, you should be fine. But okay, here's my prototype, and it's a good one. It's working, so I'm happy about that. Lucky I saved that pipe. I actually saved that pipe because I knew I'd need it one day. See, look how heavy gauge it is. And this piece is probably like 10 pounds or more. It's a fairly heavy pipe, but I'm going to keep this for a spare. In case that tool bends or something down the road. But I could also put a strap around the bottom. Well, it can't really. It won't bend. That takes a lot of force to bend. I don't think there's enough torque in there to make it bend that much. Maybe a little bit, because I have the rounded end still on there. If you buy a tool on Amazon, it's like, I don't know, 20 bucks plus shipping. Who knows what the quality is, right? But yeah, so I'm getting excited here. I can get rid of all those tanks there and all these other ones kicking around. And then when I have them all gone, then I have incentive to pick up more. Otherwise, I passed up on probably another last 10 because I don't want to, you know, it's taking up too much space, right? So now I can perfectly take them apart. But I'll set some tomorrow. I got 2x10s here. I have a good 2x10, and I have a good vise. Maybe I'll have to rig up 2 vices or something. Not sure how strong the bottom is because it takes a lot of force. You know, there's a lot of force involved here. Yeah, this might not even be strong enough. May have to get some sort of strapping system because they're just little welds. I mean, might be this tank, but some tanks are, you know, more than others, right? Okay, let's move on to something else. Looks like a server or something here. My buddy said he never had a chance to take it apart, but looks like most stuff's gone in it already. Oh, even the RAM is gone too. RAM's gone. CPU's gone. It's been butchered already. I was just curious on if there was anything good in it. It usually takes the good stuff out, but one card. Like a couple hard drives here. Loose. 2 hard drives. 1,000 gigabytes. So, quite the contraption here. I already took about 8 computers apart. All for spring cleanup. Well, not all of them, but whatever was in that pile there. You actually have more. Well, there is some RAM here. I'll have to check these out, see how old they are. Three RAMs, okay. 1 CPU missing, but 1 in there, so. Sometimes these things just don't want to open. Well, the server's been in rain. We actually got dropped. See, it's aluminum heatsink, aluminum copper heatsink. It actually was in the rain, this thing here. You get it from the dump. So just a kind of a CPU, nothing special that I can tell. But so basically one big board. So it had a missing CPU. So it could have been taken out, I'm not sure, or never had it in there in the first place. Just don't know sometimes. There's another little card here. This came from that lot of computers that I brought off the guy, my buddy. I was kind of curious to see what was in there. I told him I'd make a video, let him know what's in here. Just he was kind of interested because you don't find these every day. I don't know how some of the stuff comes apart. Maybe another black pane board type thing. This is for the plug-in hard drives, and these are the power supplies that came out of the two power supplies. This is a Dell. Some gold plating here. I'm not seeing nothing spectacular, but still interesting. Yeah, it's been raining on and off, that's why I haven't been filming. Just hopefully the cameras are not too wet. I'll post that later. But a big board, big server board. Takes like a torque type bit. The board is actually pretty well out. I'll figure this thing out. There. It is. I don't know why that doesn't want to come out. Little tiny little clips sometimes just hold on. Tiniest clip, so hard to get off. There it is. Well, that's a good one because we've got a lot of weight to it. Something here. Server board. It's got a lot of MLCCs and stuff. Has big ones here. See that? See how big they are there? So I don't know. Very interesting. So it must be. It's weird. So what are these things here? Power. These are got more power supplies. Those are power supplies. I think something else is here too. Oh, these are floppies. I see. Okay. Got some floppies there. Floppy drives. It's got another power supply on the bottom or something. I only had one of these before, but it was all torn apart. I can see if I can get the bottom part out. Might be the screw here or something. Can't tell. Looks like a pull-out power supply, just judging by two handles there. Here it is. Well, it's not really a power supply. Okay, so I see. Made to fool you, a bunch of nothing in there. Yeah, I had one like this. Someone threw one out, but it was missing everything. And I just had this bottom part only. Really not really much in there. Look at these floppies out somehow. I just don't know how they come out. I'm sure I can take a bunch of screws out and stuff, but not many screws in that area. Only one here. Okay, let me just. Get this one off here. Figure this one out. I see two top and bottom here, so maybe these have something to do with it coming out. Don't seem to do too much. I'm sure guys who work on these all the time will be laughing at me. Right? But anyways, it's kind of the way it goes if you don't know. Yeah. Probably something super easy. I don't see no clips. I took the screws out from there, but it's not moving out. It's something to do with this switch here, maybe. Okay, well, don't know. Let's have to tear it out somehow. Okay, but anyways, like, you know, there's not a lot in there. 3 RAM, 1 CPU, one OK board with lots of plating, but still a chore to get it out. And then one of those boards there, so couple cards. Okay, thank you. I'll tell you, when it rains here, it just pours like crazy. I think with sprinkler or something. No, heavy rain. Total heavy rain. I could probably just squeeze it in like this. Okay, that's it for today, guys. We'll work on propane tanks tomorrow and some other stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, as always. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.